I was listening to this song today, and the words were something to the effect of our seeds will grow, and all we need is dedication. And I thought, well, dedication is kind of like devotion, dedication is like commitment, dedication is discipline, and it's all those things that are the most important, like primary foci in your life, right? Because I could say I'm dedicated to my work, I'm dedicated to my relationship, I'm dedicated to my family, I'm dedicated to my working out, I'm dedicated. I could come up with a really long list of things that I'd like to be dedicated, aka committed to or focused on. But as someone who's like high energy, that can get really noisy pretty quickly. And I want to hone it in on, especially during the holiday season, what are my primary things that I'm dedicated to? So I'm going to ask you, what are yours? I mean, because if you could focus on those, then that's the most important thing, right? Not how much money you spend, not whether you give or get presents, not what an asshole your brother-in-law is, or your father-in-law, or your sister, or your mother, or your nephew, or your kid, or whomever. There's always an asshole in every family. I'm sorry, I don't care what family you come from. There's always an asshole, and there's always an alcoholic. So any Christmas or holiday party is bound to be ruined by one or the other. So actually, I'm kind of kidding about that, but I'm not. So yeah, it's a stressful time. People get really wigged out and whacked out. And even now, as someone who's very physically active, I mean, I'm just eating all kinds of crap, and I know I'm just going to put on some pounds, right? And but what's really funny is that putting on the pounds also makes me more stressed because I'm just eating all kinds of food I don't normally eat, but it's great and it tastes great, and I love every minute of it. And but as I'm kind of eating food, so aka fueling myself with non-fuel, not really very productive type of energy, as I'm running around busier than normal, as I'm trying to get things done, as I'm thinking about shopping, I got to think about the primary foci that I'm dedicated to, right? And for me, there's probably three things. The first one is my self-care, which is spiritually, I have to continue to do the things that I do all the time, because this is not something that takes a vacation, like praying, meditating, taking care of myself, understanding myself, examining myself. That's of primary importance in my life. I understand that I don't have anything if I don't do that. So as soon as that starts to go, everything else gets hairier. Like if I'm not centering myself, if I'm not reading, spiritual literature, or, being immersed in my community, then, the other things that I'm putting more energy into, aka work and other outside interests, feel a little more abrasive, a lot more abrasive, actually, quite frankly, this time of year. So self-care is a primary dedication. And also there is my family, right? I'm highly dedicated to my mother, my sister, my niece, my primary family of origin people, and then, my primary relationship, whatever it is that is the other things in my life, the other people in my life that need my attention. I can't be running around and taking attention away from them. I have to mind my own time. I have to be the one who's conscious of what I'm giving my time to and who I'm giving my time to. And then there's other facets of dedication, which also for me happens to be the energy of physical movement. Because for this time of year, as it's getting cold, we're buttoning up. It's your body wants to go into hibernation. Your body wants to pack on fat to keep itself warm. I mean, if you're someone who pays attention to how much you weigh, and even if you don't feel like you're eating a bunch of sweets and stuff like that, your pants are probably getting tighter right now, because it's just like that. It's the human system, and the human system is highly resilient and highly adaptive to whatever it is that you're going through. So sometimes the more stress you create, the more the body responds. But you also have to put your body in a place to know how to respond, which means you need to keep it as clean as possible. You need to actually keep the energy of movement and, hormonal balance via not just eating and movement, but also things of a relaxing and or connected spiritual nature, right? So those things all add to your ability to put up with what's going on right now, which is holidays, right? Eating, drinking, partying, shopping, money spending, stress. I want this, he wants that. The asshole, the alcoholic. It's all right there waiting just for you. So this is just a reminder to just remember to be dedicated. Keep it simple, really, is the message, right? Just remain dedicated to the things that are important. Like if you have kids, right? Like the holidays oftentimes, like for children, it's just so important to them. It's such a big deal to them, in a way that it isn't necessarily to adults. But so there's your message on dedication. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for spending time with me today. And I hope you're all having a happy holiday season.